we can have it. Okay, now we good to go. So how was everybody weekend? Y'all had a good weekend. I'm sorry we missed yesterday. I knew everybody was watching that game. So if I would have ran that class during that game, people was trying to so I was trying to be fair. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna just wait till the day because I know how it is when you're trying to chill the fam, all that type of stuff. So I just said, but then last week was a dud because we supposed to do class every other week, not every week. I just was trying to run it to get y'all through there quick, but it's kind of difficult to do every week. You see what I'm saying? So every other week kind of worked better because then it give everybody a chance. And then the staff didn't send the paperwork out in enough time to get it to y'all. You see what I'm saying? So, and I know everybody was waiting for the paperwork. I know that y'all was waiting for the paperwork. And then on top of that, the time came quick. Like y'all wouldn't have had enough time to work on the bond and do all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So did anybody do their bond? Because I checked to see if everybody got the paperwork. Because we definitely sent it out. I made
I
sure
did
everybody
mine.
paperwork. You see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, mine.
if you didn't do the bond, then you could just turn it in next week. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna create a school community, and then the school community we're gonna charge $50 a month. So I'm gonna change the class from 100 a month to $50 a month. So I'm gonna just give everybody a break on that, but I'm gonna make a school community so that way it'll be easier because then I could put all the documents there and then I could dress it up and have courses there and do all that. So I'm gonna build it up and we gonna build the wealth group up because we about to go real crazy. So I got some new stuff for y'all too and all that we gonna talk about. But I want to go through y'all bonds first and see what y'all got and who got what. So if you got it on your screen, I'm gonna allow you to share your screen, and then you could show us what you got. We could go over it. I tell you if it's good or not. If I won't accept it, the bank ain't gonna accept it. Let me see what y'all got. All right, we gonna start with you first, Hannibal.
All right.
You could share your screen now. It's enabled. So I'm dying to see what y'all got because what I got for y'all today.
I'm
Yes, sir.
trying to share. This is my first time doing this, operating this like this. Just a
Oh,
second.
so how
Yeah,
many of y'all ready to make some money today?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. We gonna make some money today. I want to see what y'all gonna do, cause I got a project for y'all where we could get paid every day, and it's gonna be real nice. Y'all gonna love it, cause I had purchased some stuff for y'all, so I want to see what y'all gonna do with it. So I'm excited about it. Y'all gonna make some money. There it goes enabling right now. It's all right, there we go. I see me. Now you
all
can move
right.
on.
All right, so this what I got.
Let me
Gave
see.
him a
It's
best
froze.
shot.
Yeah, it's a
Can you
little
see it?
froze. It's froze. See if you can refresh it.
All right, just a second. Hmm, just a second. Can you see it? It still froze.
Well, see, it ain't going to the share screen to where you could
Oh,
see.
okay. Let me see. Let me. like I said, let's
So
see.
yeah, whatever screen you trying to share, that's the one you got to select.
All right, let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Might have to see here. Yeah, I can't figure this out. Hold on.
Oh, you on the computer or you on the phone?
I'm on the computer.
So look, when you click on the green button to share, you got to they gonna give you a list of screens that you could share. You gotta select the screen that the document is on.
Oh, and it's not giving me that option. It's just showing entire screen, Windows, and Microsoft Edge tab. So it's not even giving me that option.
Oh, you don't see the let me see.
You know how to share the screen? I was trying to share the screen. I can't get it up. It's not showing. Yeah, just take it. I'm gonna get
Oh
some help.
yeah, tell her you trying to share the document with us.
So right here. No, go back to the screen. Go back to the screen. So it's in the files. Let's see. So now you're sharing. So now you're gonna go to the files. Okay, and then he'll be able to see it. All right, all right. I think we ready. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah, yeah. Okay.
So this is what I have. Everything just made up as far as the address, but the LLC
Yeah,
is everything.
yeah, no, you did good on that bad boy. I'm looking at it right now. You put the bells and whistles and the whistles and the bells.
Thanks.
Yeah, it looked nice too. Yeah, you did that and you made it from scratch.
Yes, sir.
See that's what I mean. So now being that you did that, now you could buy anything. Now you know how to make a bond. So that means you could get paid because that bond looked real good that you made. You got all the bells and whistles in there. That's a great bond right there. Let me see. So explain to us the amount and what you doing and what's what, how it worked.
All right. So my plan was I got somebody that's willing to give me equity in their property. They got like 106,000.
Okay.
So my bank of choice would have been my credit union that I got the account set up at
Okay.
for 100,000, and there go this negotiable instrument. Like all the bank account raw numbers, not real. It's all
Yeah, no,
no.
I know you. I know.
And this negotiable instrument tendered by My Dream Life LLC. And then I go down here. This bond is for 100,000 United States dollars for equity loan and property located at such and such address, 555 Hello Street. Prior,
Okay.
yeah, pay us a ledger's note for 2 years, commencing the start of business on February the 10th, 2025, until all terms agreed at interest rate 5% monthly. First payment due in 60 days from start of
Okay.
business, due by, so the first payment to be due the 4th and 11th. So what it is, April
Yeah.
11th, with a guarantee of 80,000 plus interest by the end of the year, December 31st, 2025, with an additional 5% for a full year after the original term stated on February 10th, 2028. with option to pay off early with all interest stated above.
Oh, that's dope. That's real dope. That you did that perfect. That's a great bond right there. I like the way you negotiated there. All your negotiations is there. Your percentages are there. Your the money you gotta pay back is there.
And my
All
problem was on number two, and upon the maturity at the note when it get down to the UCC contract trust account. I didn't really know what to put in that part, so I just left it just like that.
No, I mean that was cool because the UCC contact trust account is just for your birth certificate. If you're trying to contract with the Treasury, they put
Oh,
that number on there, and that's the number from the certified mail. So you won't even need that on the bond. Actually, you could use the UCC number on there, but you don't need that. But you did a great job at creating the bond and laying it out and everything. So being that you could do that, that means you could create money out of thin air whenever you want to. You see what I'm saying? Because this skill and this technique right here, it take that type of negotiating power to be able to put it together, do the paperwork and all that. So you could bind anything. This is skill set that you just gained that you could take anywhere with you for the rest of your life. That's gonna always be with you. So now you becoming a private banker, you understanding the bonding the assets and things like that. So you becoming a private banker now. So you should be proud of yourself. You just created your first bond that could be accepted by a bank. If you was to walk that into a bank with the real information on there, you would see sparks fly. And you would be like, damn, you would be trying to bond everything. Just don't bond the dog and the cat.
all
You
right.
you good to go though. Like I like that. That's real skill and everything, bro. I'm proud of you. So yeah, you definitely got that done. So yeah, that just showed that you showed your level of everything. So you next ish.
I do. I've been there. Y'all see it? I ain't gonna lie. His turns were definitely more robust than mine. Um, but in terms of just breaking mine down, it's basically a negotiable instrument, a bond for 3 years with the interest rate of 18%. Pay uh, and payment is due upon the maturity of the note. So after that 3 year period, you get the 250,000 with the 18%. And the backing here being a retirement account that I have within my family. And
I'm sorry, ish. Go ahead one more time.
for sure, for sure. I said mine ain't as robust as his, but this is a general layout of mine.
Okay,
But mine is a 3 year note with the 18% interest.
okay,
Um, Payment due upon maturity. So that's 250,000 with the 18% interest. Um,
okay,
Assets backing it is going to be this retirement account here. Obviously
okay.
thing, but that's the actual asset. And the idea, I bank with Chase, so I was just thinking about taking this to my regular bank in terms of who
Yeah,
I'm paying.
that so let me ask you this. Like, so what's the negotiation with the bond?
Like how much do you get with the bond?
You know, I'm saying what is the asset that's bonded? Like what's the negotiation with your bond? Who you made it for, what you made it for?
So in my family, we're trying to figure out a way to leverage this retirement account that we have.
Okay.
Um, I got the retirement account over here as an asset being leveraged.
So you this what I have for you too. You said that they had 500,000 in the CD account, right?
So this specific account, this is 800,000. That's in a
Yeah,
profit share.
no, I'm talking about the other one. This the
Yeah,
retirement account. I'm talking about the CD one.
yeah,
They got 500,000 in CDs, right?
yep.
So you could tell them to borrow against the 500,000 that's in CDs and turn it into an instrument, and then take the $1 million instrument and we could trade it. So because they'll double up, they won't be able to take the 500,000 in CDs out to have 1 million, but they'll be able to borrow against it in the form of an instrument. So if they said, well, we want to borrow 500,000 against our 500,000, and we gonna leave both of it in the bank, but we want to get an instrument against it. They could get an instrument. We could take that $1 million into trade, and then you could start your journey right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Understand.
Yeah, so they could borrow against the CD and double up, and the bank could get them $1 million instrument, and you would be on your way. That's how you get out of that. And then you don't even got to try to crack the code on that retirement account.
Nah, that makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I wanted to tell you that. So I need to get in touch with you. So it was a good thing that I was able to do so right now and everything. So let me see the bottom of your promissory note. Stroll down. That's where it ended. Okay, you got the Q sipping icing at the bottom. That's cool too. I mean, that format is cool too. That'll work. It's not no specific format that it need to be in. The verbiage is what make the bond, the negotiation, and the backing. So it's just the body of it. So the way it's laid out, it really don't make a difference. So that's good. That's great work right there. You put that together nice. I like that. I see you follow instructions as well. So both of y'all did real good. So both of y'all is able to create a bond now in this class. The last class you was taught how to create a bond. This class we reviewing the bonds. So this just showed me that right now I could trust you with a deal. So if I said, okay, we got a deal right now, I'm gonna bring you and I'm gonna bring Hannibal in on this deal, but I need you to create a bond for this amount and him to create a bond for this amount, and this the bank account, this the money, this the proof of funds, this was back in the bond. We gonna write it for this amount, and y'all gonna get paid this percentage for writing the bond, and we gonna do this deal. Y'all will be ready to go. You see what I'm saying? Now think about when we first started the class. If I would have told you to create a bond and do all of this and that, you and him would have looked at me like, what the hell is this guy talking about? So now just think about the skill level where you at now, because I told you when we first started the class, you gonna be in a different mindset from you what way you was when you first started. And now you are. Because now I could go to y'all and say, we need a bond for this amount and trust that you could write it and do all of that. That's skill. That means you gaining knowledge. So now I would say if we on the five principles, you guys at the wisdom part of it right now. You see what I'm saying? You at the wisdom part of it, and then you go to the mastery, and I mean, the mastery, and then the monetization. So you almost at the part of being able to do it with your eyes closed. Because once you're able to write one, it's easy because then you know the format of it. So that's great. I'm proud of y'all. So we gonna go to Miss G right now. You said that you have it on your computer. You don't have it right now because you're on your phone, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I guess you could turn it in the next class. So did you create the bond though?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, you could turn it in on the next class because I definitely was dying to see it. Patricia, did you create a bond?
I did. I think I can share it from my phone. Just a moment. I still have a little bit of tweaks I need to do.
Don't worry, Miss G. We could get it on the next class. I know a lot of things happen. So next class we just go over it, and then whatever you need to correct, Patricia, we gonna do it on we correct it and everything. That's why we're here to make sure that y'all get it correct.
Okay, let me put this in print mode so you can see it better.
Okay.
I know the screen is black right now. Print layout. Okay, this is the one that I was working on. I was just trying to like manipulate the verbiage so that I could include the asset that we were actually bonding, which would
Yeah.
be like diamond and gold jewelry. So
Okay.
I was trying to figure out like where exactly I wanted to put that. I did put for a period of 5 years and then an interest rate of 50% to be paid at the end of the first year and then 15% per year following.
Okay. So let
Um,
me see. Raise it up. Can you
yeah,
make it bigger or can
I think I can. Hold
oh yeah, that look
on. And
nice
then
too.
I have zeros where the numbers I just don't have yet. Is that
Okay.
better? Can you see it better?
Yeah, that's better. That look good too. You laid it out real nice. I see y'all able to
Thank you.
take some. I see y'all ain't playing around. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't
So
play around when it comes to the
yeah,
money.
I know that's right. So yeah, break down your bond again right quick. So who you intended to get a bond to? Let's say y'all was giving it to a bank. What you got for them and what you want?
So the asset was supposed to be jewelry. So it's about it's like 4 chains and 2 bracelets, and it totals of
Okay,
500,000.
okay,
That's where I was trying to incorporate what the actual asset was, like where I wanted to put it,
okay,
and then
gotcha.
it was for a period of 5 years, and then 50% to be paid at the end of the first year, and then 15% following.
Got you. That's nice. I like the way you laid it out too. So with this bond, what I would have told you if it's jury, we just put it into a depository, get an SKR, and then with the SKR, we'd use the SKR attached to the bond, and then we'd be able to go to the bank and get a line of credit against this bond and the SKR. So you laid that out real nice. And you got it looking like the one I sent to you.
That's what
That's
I was
real
trying to
nice.
do. In full honesty, I took it and I put it into Chat GPT, and I just had Chat GPT like explain to me exactly, like just so I had in like layman's terms exactly what I
Yeah,
was looking at, so I could
yeah.
understand it a little bit better. And then when you say the safekeeping receipt, right? Would we put the SKR to like the business?
Yeah, whoever name you want it to be. But I recommend that you guys get a 508c1A. Mike already paid for his, so I'm doing Mike's. Because when you do it, it becomes a church and then it becomes a
Right,
charity too. So all the money that's donated to it, you will get it back and everything.
right,
And then on top of that, you can make it domestic or international. But I would do a 508c1A and make it domestic, and then do another one and make it international, and then marry both of them. But I start with the domestic one first for investment purposes, because you could use a
okay,
trust for investment, but the 508c1A operate a little bit better for me, because then the trust, you could take donations into the trust, but the 508c1A could do write-offs and you could get the
right,
money back. You see what I'm saying? So I
yeah,
recommend everybody to get a 508c1A. We could do those for you for 2,500 for the
okay,
508c1A. So it costs 5,000, but we'd do it for 2,500. That's the whole 508c1A with the articles, the EIN number. All you have to do is get it notarized and open up the bank account. Once you got your 508c1A, that's going to start you off for your charity. We all agreed that we could do a trust. Don't get me wrong, but the 508c1A is a lot stronger to do this with. because well, I wouldn't say a lot stronger because the trust could hold weight. I would say that you able to do write-offs. So let's just say if we got a 508c1a and we donate the money to the 508c1a, when we get paid, the 508c1a could write the money off and we could get the money back. So it's just like we got double. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be able to understand that with the 508c1a. So we want to do these 508c1as because that's going to be the building block. So you should have your LLC, your trust, and your 508c1a. Those three is going to be good. The 508c1a, we talked about it in the beginning, and it's not really needed if you feel like you don't need it. But I feel as though from an investment standpoint that you do. So I would get that 508c1a. So when y'all ready to do that, and then it got to be done the right way. A lot of people say they got 508s and stuff like that, but your 508 got to be registered with a network of ministries. You see what I'm saying? And once
Right.
it's registered under the network of ministries, then you is able to be verified and all of that. You won't have to worry about it. And then if the IRS come and it's not verified and they can't verify it, then they gonna try to give you pushback. So you don't want that.
Right.
So the 508 be the best way to go, to be honest with you. So with the 508c1a, it automatically put you, because with the 508 you could register your car under the 508 as we talked about too, because that's what I would do. I would create the 508, register my vehicle under it, put the houses and the property and everything that that I want to buy under the 508, and then I will let the trust borrow from the 508, and then the 508 can and then the trust borrow from the 508 and make investments, and then the money come back to the trust and the trust pay the money back to the 508, and then you make the LLC borrow from the trust and the 508, so that way the LLC got to pay the 508 and the trust back. So that's how you do that with the LLC. You borrow money from your other entities and stuff like that. So with the
Okay.
bonds, it's good that you guys know how to create bonds now, because I'm telling you, when it come down to making money and raising money, you able to raise money on the fly, because now you could just create the bond and start using it at your leisure. You see what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And then with the bond, the banks rather take a bond than take money, because then they could get interest on the bond. They could trade on the secondary market. It's transferable. It's more easy to track you, and it's a whole lot better. Banks do better with notes than they do with money, because money is traceable too. It got a serial number on it, but the notes it's like is a different animal. It's like driving a Lexus versus driving a station wagon or some shit. Cause it's a different animal. Money is the station wagon, the note is the Lexus. So it's a lot better. So with your bond, it's ready to go. That's a good bond too, the way you wrote it out, the format that you got and everything, because you're gonna get the real information to put on there, of course, because
Right.
without having the format, you couldn't do it. So now that you got the format and you got it, let's get y'all the real information, get you the QSIP number, get you the ISIN number, so and do all of that stuff, so that way you could put the right things on the bond, and let's create a real bond so y'all could start using it in the capacity that you want to start using it in. So what we going to do is I want to start our first project today. So what I did was I um I purchased some I guess you could call it I guess you could call it like a penthouse. You see what I'm saying? And it's a timeshare penthouse, but it's real nice though. But the beauty of it is that they got it all over the world though, and you could stay anywhere all over the world and all these type of things like that. Like I could stay in Dubai for 7 days for $300. You see what I'm saying? And in my penthouse and stuff like that. So with this, it's real estate because I had to buy the deed and all that type of shit. They got all of that to me and everything. So I got the deed, but I could pass it down. But the beauty of it is the property is located in Atlanta, the main property, but they got properties all around the world and every country and all that just about, and they got it in every state. So what I'm doing with this property is I'm listing it on Airbnb, but I'm letting people that want to make money create an Airbnb account and they could list the property on their Airbnb account because right now in July, like we could do the 4th of July. I could have somebody in Miami on a beachfront resort. It cost me $157 a night. And you know in Miami, that shit is gonna be way more than that. The 4th of July in Miami. So the total it came to it was like $700 for 7 nights. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. But this was beachfront property and it got a kitchen and all that shit and it looked real nice and laid out. So when Miami is up and running, that one property is going to rent for like 450 to 350 per night. So if I'm getting it for 157 a night and I list that shit on Airbnb for 7 nights and I charge about 250. You see what I'm saying? 250 for 7 nights. That's 1,700 and I'm paying 700. So I make $1,000 profit just for 7 nights. You see what I'm saying? Can't nobody just walk in off the street and rent these properties because you gotta be a owner. You see what I'm saying? And it's a resort. So it don't work like that. So it's exclusive. And they got them all over the world. Like I could see the beauty of it. What I'm trying to tell y'all is that let's just say if Ish created Airbnb account, Patricia create one, Hannibal create one, Miss Leonard create one, Miss G create one, Mike create one. So let's say everybody got an Airbnb account. And then let's just say if you guys went to Ticketmaster and then you say that Patricia say she want to do California, Ish say he want to do Chicago, Hannibal say he want to do New Orleans. Everybody just pick a state. You could pick multiple states, whatever you want to do. You go to Ticketmaster and see what concerts, what shows and stuff going on around and you could post those dates on the Airbnb. You see what I'm saying? And the people going to book the property for those dates because you're going to get it cheaper than every other property around and you can make money. So I already know on the 4th of July in Miami, people going to book that. So I could book those dates and put it on hold. You see what I'm saying? And then when the people pay me, and then I pay the property and then they get a certificate from me and they got to have that in order for them to get into the property and then they go and stay the 7 days. I make my money and then y'all will make y'all money too because I own the property that they gonna go and stay in. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm an owner. Once you're an owner around the world. So you can stay in any one of the properties, all this type of shit like that. But they gave me 300, 3,000 points. And then they gave me the discounts that you get. And it's not like some travel agency type of shit, you get a deed to where you own these properties, but this hotel chain is so big that they all around the world and they got resort style properties to where you stay in the property with a full studio with a kitchen or 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. You could get up to 3 bedrooms and sometimes 4 bedrooms. So with these properties, they got them all around. So what we could do is I want to like let people that want to be a host and book and put the properties on their Airbnb. I split revenue with them. So let's say if we would have made $1,000 off of this 1,700 after we pay the resort, it's $1,000. That means if y'all would have put it on your Airbnb account and they book that, you make 500 and I make 500, and you don't have to do shit because the resort property they gonna clean it and do all that because it's already added into the fees. You see what I'm saying? And all of that. So it's just me allowing individuals to put my properties on their Airbnb and they don't have no maintenance fees. Because usually when you a host, you get just a percentage. But I'm not doing it like that. I'm doing it because we in the wealth group. So in the wealth group, I want people to make money. So what's going to happen is that whatever the price that the property costs, the people going to have to pay like probably like 350 for it, but they gonna make their money back. It's just like you got a 1 bedroom apartment and you could put it on Airbnb, but you got multiple apartments. So you really got a whole hotel around the world that you could book. Cause Ish could put the property on his Airbnb and he could book for New Orleans, but then he could have another Airbnb account because they take your ID. He could get a family member to make one account and he could control both of them. And he could put another listing up and he could work New Jersey or some shit and had two listings going on. And then they'd be able to go to our property in New Jersey and they could go to the property in New Orleans and he could make $2,000 for that 1 week by listing in both places. You see what I'm saying? And then by the end of the month, he already at 10 or 15 grand, depending on how much he charge a night. We got the penthouses that's in Atlanta, and they got 3 bedroom and they got a full kitchen and living room and all that. And they right by Centennial Park and right by the State Farm Arena across the street, right by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Everything is right there. So this way, everybody want to be in the heart of Atlanta, right? So with this, we could charge 500 a night for that. And they got fucking they got the Omni Hotel like diagonally across the street from our resort and they charging 350 a night. You see what I'm saying? And they shit ain't no, we're not even 350 a night. They charging way more than that because when I looked at it, it was more than that. We talking about a penthouse, not a standard room. For their standard room is 350 a night. So for their penthouse, that shit probably like 700 or 800 or maybe $1,000. We talking about 500 for a luxury penthouse, brand new with the panoramic view and the wind around the windows with the fucking balcony and the full kitchen and everything. You see what I'm saying? So 3 people could stay there. If you book a room anywhere in Atlanta for 3 people and you want the luxury, you're gonna wind up paying like at least 150 to 180. So if you was to pay 180 for 3 people, that shit gonna run you 540 already. And that's just standard rooms with everybody separate and all that. You get the penthouse, you got everybody in the same penthouse, everybody got rooms, you got a full kitchen and everything. People gonna book that either way, because then it's 3 people. That's 500 a night. So if you was to book that shit, book it out for 500 a night, 500 a night, 7 nights. That's $3,500 already. So let's just say you took that and you put that on your thing, and because with us we get the penthouse for we get it for like it was like $372 a night. So let's just say you make 3,500 and we deduct the 372 from it. That's still $2,604 and I'm gonna charge a fee for the people to be able to do it because if not, they definitely wouldn't be able to do it. So we probably charge 350. So $50 to go towards the membership every month to be in a wealth group, and then the 300 to be able to be a part of it, to do it. Period. So that you charge that the 350. I'm just showing y'all something right quick. It's still 2,500, $2,254 left. Split that between both people, and then you walk away with $1,127. So if you deduct the 350 that you paid, that $700 profit that you made, and all you did was put the property on your Airbnb, and you ain't have to do shit. So really, you don't even have to worry about really doing too much because it ain't no maintenance. You don't have to never go to the property. We could do this shit all around the world. I could send somebody to Dubai, to Thailand, to anywhere in Africa, the Caribbeans, Mexico, and we get the discounts on any resorts. You see what I'm saying? And all of that. So it's a no-brainer once you see the program. I'm still putting it together. I'm just letting y'all know because you could start off making money the next day. If you make your Airbnb account today and then I show you the dates that we got, like you might say, well, what you got for March in fucking Colorado. And I say, okay, in March, we got this resort, we got this one, we got that one, and the prices is this, but we could list it on Airbnb for this because they're going to do 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. They do it like that. So you might get 7 days for a little or nothing. I could go to like I said, in Dubai, we could do Dubai 7 days in Dubai for $300. If you go to anywhere in Dubai for 7 days, you're gonna pay way more than that. So imagine you just paid $300 and you send somebody to Dubai for 7 days and they paying you maybe 250 a night or something like that, or 300 a night. You see what I'm saying? All you doing is listing it. So imagine if Ish got five of his family members and each one of them made an Airbnb account and gave it to him, and he want to list 5 properties at one time in different places, and he write full descriptions, he got good pictures, all that type of shit. Once he do that, every day he making money because he could be all over the world with it. So what I'm putting together is a system to where people could come on board that's in the wealth group, start making money off of Airbnb. They don't have to worry about having a property. You don't have to rent from nobody or worry about getting a lease or none of that shit. We got resorts that we putting on Airbnb and we getting a cheap price for the rooms. And can't nobody walk off the street. People can't walk into the resort and book. You got to be an owner. So they can't compete with us. You see what I'm saying? And then it'll be up to us to just go in and know where the like you just have to really do market research and say, okay, I want to target this place, and I know that this place have a lot of seasonal shit going on. Like they might have some conventions, you might find out about this and that, and you could go ahead and book that shit ahead of time. You'll fuck around and have like if let's just say the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the people gonna want to travel to all these places these times and all this type of shit. And then you start seeing when you go to Ticketmaster, you could see concerts that's coming up, tours from artists, all that shit, where they gonna be at. And then you start seeing where the arena at. And then you see the dates that we have. And I bet you any amount of money if you take the concert and you book and you put the dates around with the Airbnb around that time, that shit gonna get hit right away. You fuck around and wake up tomorrow and they already paid for the shit and it's like 6 months later. You see what I'm saying? It's 6 months out. So people like to book that shit out. So that way you'll be booked up. So now you got a concert over here in August that's already booked up for 7 days. And then now you got another concert a couple weeks after that. You got some shit in October. You got some stuff in July. Now your Airbnb accounts is booking up. You see what I'm saying? Before you know it, all your shit booked up. When you add it all up, you might be at 100 or 200,000 with all that shit booked up like that because there's nobody on Airbnb that could book anywhere in the world. Name somebody on Airbnb that could book you anywhere in the world on Airbnb at the same time. Exactly. So when I saw that shit, you know it was a no-brainer. You see, they showed me that shit. I was like, I'm about to get this to my wealth group. We about to go crazy on this shit because we could send people anywhere in the world. Like you could do this shit every day, literally. You see what I'm saying? So all I would do is give, all you would have to do is just tell me what state you want to work and what months you want to work. And I'm going to go through all the months and show you all the days that's available and then you just buy the days. I'm gonna just show you the prices. You don't have to pay for it up front. You could just post it on Airbnb and then I could put it on hold for 24 hours. So I just press hold, they hold it for 24 hours. If don't nobody do nothing, you don't get charged for it, it just go away. And then we put another hold on that motherfucker and just wait. Between these 24-hour holds, some people go and buy it. You see what I'm saying? And then when they buy it, they pay the money. You just pay me, I pay the resort, you take your cut, and then the people ready to go in the room. They get the certificate from us. We call the resort. I'm gonna set it up to say these people coming, blah, blah, blah. Had them already waiting for them and all that type of shit. So we already good. And we just keep repeating that process. You could work it to where you might say, you want to start off working state by state, and then you might get good to where you might say you want to start off working countries. This your day-to-day money that you can make. Because I'm telling you, when I looked up the math, if you was the book, let's just say, if you was to do the penthouse for 30 days at $500 a night, that'd give you $15,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? Easy. So let's say if you was to work the penthouse for the whole year and you just keep that motherfucker booked, and let's just do an average of 12 and all of that. That's $180,000 for the year off of one penthouse. And we got multiple rooms in one whole thing with the same penthouse. So you could book that shit over and over. You see what I'm saying? For multiple people. I could put Ish in the penthouse, make the money off of him, put you in the penthouse and keep putting people in penthouses until they gone. And then once those gone, I could go to another state and book more penthouses for other people and keep going. So they got standard rooms. The standard rooms we get them for $97 a room. You see what I'm saying? And these rooms on the internet, when you go to the hotel regularly, they on there for $250 and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So when you got it like that, you can't beat it. That's everyday money. So I'm about to put together the school community. I'm gonna bring everybody into the school community so y'all have access to all the documents and everything. I'm lowering the price to $50 a month from $100 a month. And then when you pay the $350, the fee to book the room to pay, it's gonna come out of that for the whole month, the fee. So it's gonna be built in automatically. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be like you even paying it. So you're not gonna even feel it because once you put the property on Airbnb and then they bite, you already made your money automatically. You ain't gonna even worry about why you even being charged $350 because they can't nobody even compete with the prices that we get. Never in a million years. When I saw that shit and they gave it to me, they charged me 44,000 for the whole package, but that was for a lifetime where you got it for the rest of your life. And that was the VIP. So you could have unlimited to be able to, because they give you like the suites for 273 for 7 days, 5 days. So when I went to Africa and everything, and I'm in Ghana, that shit to stay in Ghana, that shit cost me 25K. And I was paying $100 a night because I didn't want to stay in the kingdom because it was too much pressure. So some nights I was staying in resorts and all that shit, and it was costing. You see what I'm saying? So that shit, you could easily spend a whole lot of money just staying in somewhere. You see, but then if you able to do it like that, then you could make a whole bunch of money because ain't nobody. I could stay in Atlantic City and the 4th of July for $157 a night. You would never do that. When I went to Miami and it was like a lot of shit going on, just like when the Grammys go and when they had the Grammys and the awards and all that shit be going on, that's when the shit start going up. They got the World Cup coming to Atlanta in 2026, 2026. So that's going on. So it's going to be a lot of shit going on. So I will become a master of knowing what's going on and start booking those dates. Because when you start going in, they start selling that shit in blocks. So now you getting it in blocks. I swear to God, when I saw that shit was a no-brainer. The man logged into his Airbnb account. He said, he said, I put these suites on here for 600 a night. He showed me that shit. He said, look, this only we only these little bit of days in, and look how much I made. That nigga had 20 racks on there, and he was only 10 days in. I'm like, God damn. He was like, they keep this thing booked. Then he said, look, all of this is grayed out. He said, I'm booked up for the whole throughout the summer and everything. His whole shit was booked up for the whole year. I'm like, God damn. So can you imagine if he went and created another Airbnb account under somebody else's name and then he went and did the same thing? He had that shit booked out. You had 13 Airbnb accounts booked up for the whole year. You paid as fuck. And then you take that money and then put it into you start putting into gold and put it into a depository, or you take the money and you put that money into the program to where you spend 100,000 and get the $1 million instrument and then scale the $1 million instrument up into the 8-week program and make 16 million. So this is a way to start scaling up some money, but this could be everyday money because when you're in the wealth group, it's not about just doing instruments. It's about building wealth. Credit is building wealth. Credit cards is building wealth and things like that. I told you I'm going to be coming at y'all with a whole bunch of shit. You see what I'm saying? Where you can make money right away. So this is another project that we could do. See, what they do with this resort is that you pay $44,000 and you get the deed and you become an owner of the resort, but you can't stay in the property, like live in there. You go and they give you 300,000 points to where you could stay with your family, do all the vacation shit and all that. But then they got this one thing that's attached to it where it costs $299, where you could stay anywhere for like $299 or 300, shit like that. And this is what I'm talking about. That's what really caught my eyes because when I looked at the places where they had it at, it was way more. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, and then they got properties all around the world and they got partners that let them get it for cheap. So they list all that shit on their site. So what I wanted to do was I said, damn, they got a beautiful model. So imagine, okay, you do this Airbnb thing, you start stacking your money up, you get you some gold, you put in a depository, blah, blah, blah. And now you liquid, right? And then you take the liquid and you say, well, I want to get into the building the Airbnb tiny houses and building the communities and stuff like that. So you start taking the money from this Airbnb shit and start putting it into your own tiny community, like what we was talking about. Then everybody getting paid. If Ish listening, Hannibal listening, Patricia listening, Mike listening, now everybody's making money every day. You understand? Off the Airbnb, you could put that shit anywhere. So now you making money. So now you get your money. You come to me. You like, Q, I just made 30,000 off of the Airbnb this month or 2 months, whatever it is. You got 10,000, whatever. Now you ready to get into the game. You see what I'm saying? Now we say, okay, we gonna buy this land. We gonna do this. Now I want to model what these people already did. So if they letting people buy into the whole fucking, because they got different properties. So they letting people buy into all of their properties at one time. So you get a deed where you could stay anywhere. But then you get 3,000 um points where you could stay, and then they might charge you 10,000 points here, 8,000, 7,000, 5, little shit like that. So imagine if we created our Airbnb communities, like what they got, they little ass hotel communities, and we gave people points and made them an owner and all that type of shit, and they could stay in any one of our properties, but then they could rent it out to people and make money. You see what I'm saying? So let's just say we got a tiny home community, and then Ish wanted to make some money, so he come in with us. We got one of the properties, we sell him into the whole thing, right? So he paid, let's say 50,000 or 100,000. He get 3,000 points every year for the rest of his life. He could stay with his family. But then we got different resorts in different states where he could stay and all that type of shit. But then he could rent it out too when he not staying there. You see what I'm saying? And he could make money with it. So what if we created that same model with our tiny communities, and we able to sell that shit to everybody? Now you could sell a million D's, because then people gonna be using their points, and everybody gonna be staying at different times, but that shit gonna always stay booked up. You see what I'm saying? That shit never not gonna be booked up. So I like the model that they got, because it's a model that they use, and they give you, you pay 44,000, you get a deed, you get 3,000 points, you could stay 300,000 points, you could stay at any one of their properties with your family around the world. And then when you're not staying in your properties, you could put them on Airbnb anywhere in the world and make money and all of that type of shit, because you get it at a discount and everything. You see what I'm saying? So even your property, because you're not just buying the whole, like, one unit, you got access to everything. You could do 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, you could do deluxe, standard, whatever the fuck you want to do. So imagine if we was to do some shit like that with our communities for people, and now you become an owner, and you could rent it out like a vacation home, and you could make money off our communities, and we have a bunch of owners, and we keep putting these shits up. With that one model, we'd be able to scale all of them communities up and build them shits everywhere, because the people would be paying into it for us to keep building. We'd be having them shits everywhere. So I like the model that they using. You see what I'm saying? You get 300,000 points, and you could stay in any one of our tiny home communities with your family and vacation. And when you're not, you can rent it out to people and all of that type of shit. And then you can make money with us. I'm telling you, yo, I swear to God, whoever came up with that business model for this resort, them niggas is crushing them. I saw that shit the other day. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even sit down. The man was like, you okay? I said, this shit is smart. And y'all know we got the resort over there in Africa too. So we could do the same thing with that. And I'm bringing y'all in on that. You see what I'm saying? See how everything coincide? And then when we build our resorts, we got the water machines. So now we got our own water that we pushing through the resorts and all. So all of this shit gonna tie into each other. So that's how you can make money right now without having to worry about it. You see what I'm saying? Because posting that Airbnb shit, it's gonna make you a lot of money. And when you start seeing that shit, you're gonna thank me. You're gonna be like, you're gonna want to post everywhere. Cause then you could use Chat GPT to write the description and do all that, and then I supply you with the pictures, and then you put that shit on your Airbnb, and then I'm gonna take it from there. Wanna um when the people wanna go to the when the people want to go to the resort, I'm gonna handle all of it, like calling them and getting it set up. And they just gonna pay you the money to your Airbnb account. And then you just pay me my cut and you take your cut, and then we good to go. And then you could post as many properties as you want. So now you could do your research and pick what country you want to go to, what we got, all of that shit. Because once you see what we got, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? That shit is retarded, bro. I'm talking about it's on steroids. Like you wouldn't if I showed you, you wouldn't believe it. You would be like, what the fuck is this? And that shit cost me 44 racks. I ain't gonna even hold you. But it was worth it because it 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 makes sense. Cause when the guy showed me his thing, I was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, this shit is a no-brainer. And then I said, oh, I'm taking that shit to my wealth group because they could use that too. So with me, I'm not a gatekeeper of nothing. So I'm gonna bring everything to y'all. That's the point of being in the wealth group because you're gonna build wealth off of a lot of stuff. It's not just you building wealth off of one thing. You see what I'm saying? You getting paid off for multiple shit. If you can't build wealth off of multiple things, then what you in the game for? Multiple um you gotta have multiple cash machines to be wealthy anyway. Everybody know that. You ain't getting rich off of one thing unless you putting those instruments into trade and you're gonna keep doing that. That's the only thing that I really know that could really make you to where you need to be, but you ain't gonna just do that shit regularly. You could forget about it. It ain't gonna happen like that. And I know that shit for a major fact that is definitely not gonna happen like that. People just don't get wealthy like that unless they got a lot of shit going on. And if you do too much, you're gonna have an overload. So you gotta do just enough to really be like to have yourself to where you need to be. So I want to show y'all this just fairly quickly what I'm talking about because talking about it and not showing y'all it probably sound crazy, but I want to show y'all. So this is what I have, and then this so I could go right here, right, and choose where I want to go. So now let's just say let's go to Miami right quick. So I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Let's go to Miami. So now I picked the month. So let's say we want to go to Miami in July because July is going to be that's when people want to be in Miami. So now we got these properties right here. So this the one that I like the most, to be honest with you, is let me see, it's this one right here. So and this a nice property too. So when you look at it, it looked like this. Y'all could see this, right? So this how it looked. And y'all know this right on Ocean Drive. You see what I'm saying? So now look at this. So that's nice. You see what I'm saying? Because this, you know how Miami properties look, and then this shit is right off the beach too, right there. You see what I'm saying? So everybody gonna want to be on there. So for this property, we get that shit for $155 a night. You see what I'm saying? How much you think this property costs per night? This Miami, look, this the 4th of July though. So remember I told you they do. So this from July 3rd to the 4th. So everybody gonna want to be in Miami on the 4th of July. You already know that. So you think this price gonna be the same in Miami for the 4th of July? How much you think you would pay per night in Miami for the 4th of July? Somebody.
About 600, 7.
Absolutely. So imagine this, you getting it for $155 a night and you got 3 nights. Now I mean, you could charge easily 300 and this ain't Like you got studios, you got one bedroom and all that. You see, this is a one bedroom, this is a studio, and the one bedrooms is nice too because the one bedrooms are big and the studios are pretty big too. And it's a nice hotel. You see what I'm saying? So this just 3 nights. 3 nights, I could put this on my Airbnb right now. So I could take this, do my description, all that shit, and I could put this block on the Airbnb from July 1st to July 4th, 3 nights. And then I could list it for whatever I want. So I just do, how much would y'all list this for that time frame? For these 3 nights, how much would you charge per night? Somebody, anybody.
500.
500. Okay. So that's $1,500 that you're gonna make. So now that's 1,500 and you only paying $465 and you making $1,500. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's just, think about this though. This just Miami though, and this just one date. Like one, imagine how many other places you could do around the world. Let's say if you wanted to go to the Middle East somewhere, like Dubai or some shit like that, United Emirates, Middle East. So let's just say, let's do May anytime. Let's just do May. So now this is Dubai right here. So we get this 7 nights for $56 a night.
It's crazy.
You see that? Look how this shit look.
All inclusive.
That's why I said you would never get this in a lifetime nowhere. So look, this shit clean as hell too. Look at this, got the tub in the room and all that type of shit. Look how prestige this shit look. This in Dubai. You getting this whole thing for $56 a night for $389 for 7 days in Dubai. And I could take this property right now and list these 7 days from May the 2nd to May 9th in Dubai right now on Airbnb. And then they got it for $56 a night. I could go in and list that bitch for $250 a night and still make a $200 profit for 7 days. So that'd give me $1,400 easy for 7 days just for listening. I could charge $350 a night because I'm in Dubai, but people gonna book that shit quick. 7 days, you only paying $250 a night. You see what I'm saying? $56 a night. You can't beat that nowhere. So that's why I said this right here is a no-brainer. So just think about this. Okay, so now we in the investment group, right? Everybody in the wealth group, rather. You make your Airbnb. You tell me, I show you this, and then you pick out what dates you want, blah blah blah, and we talk about it. Everybody pick out the dates they want to post on their account. So you might say, okay, we're gonna start with February because we in February, or you want to start with March. Whatever you want to do is up to you. And then you say, okay, I'm gonna work this country, or I'm gonna work this state, I'm gonna do this, or blah blah blah. And then you take the dates and set them in the Airbnb, and then we put this on hold. So now I click right here to put it on hold. So now it say it right here that they gonna hold this for me for 24 hours. You see what I'm saying? So now somebody got 24 hours to pay for it. Once you put that shit on Airbnb before 24 hours over with, that shit gonna go. So if don't nobody buy it within 24 hours, then the hold just gonna come off, then it goes straight, it go back to me. It say you will not be asked for payment information until you confirm. If you do nothing during the 24-hour period, the hold will automatically release for others to reserve. So they not gonna even charge you. So I could put that shit on hold. You see what I'm saying? So let's say that's Dubai, and they got other places in Dubai too where you could go. So let's say if you wanted to go to, let's say, Caribbeans, and you wanted to go to the Bahamas or some shit, you could send people to the Bahamas, straight to the Bahamas. Boom. So on the Bahamas, we get $136 a night. So you could do 7 nights in the Bahamas for $951. And look, you could see the beauty of this is that you could take people anywhere that you want to go. Like I could say, okay, we gonna work Bahamas, we gonna work this. So it ain't just no one set thing. You could book as many of this shit as you want to. You could sit here all night and put as many Airbnb accounts as you have. You could put as many of these motherfuckers up as you want, and you could just let your money come in. You see what I'm saying? Is this making sense to anybody?
Make complete. Hey, I just went to
Perfect
my
sense.
boy. I went to my
Absolutely.
boy today, and I said, "Let's go open up an Airbnb." And
Man, think about this. If you was to do this, you don't got no on the Airbnb, you don't got no overhead, you don't got no overhead. You don't gotta buy no furniture. You don't gotta worry about no cleaning costs or none of that shit. You just post it on your Airbnb, let the people book, they pay for it. You pay me my cut, you take your cut, I pay the fucking resort, and now you go book somebody, you create another Airbnb and book some other shit somewhere else under that. And then once that one pay you and you free up, then you book something else under that and do that. But if you keep doing that, you're gonna be paid as fuck. You see what I'm saying? Because you could put the beauty of this is your Airbnb is not just set to one location, one area, none of that shit. You could send people around the world. If you can't get an Airbnb booking off of this and you could go anywhere around the world, then this might not be for you because this is a no-brainer. When they showed me that shit, I went crazy. I put out my credit card faster than they could finish explaining it because I already knew. I already knew. When they showed me that, I knew they couldn't fuck with me. I already knew they couldn't fuck with me. I'm
uh,
telling you that right now. I was like, yo, when they showed me that, it was a no-brainer because I definitely was going to buy Airbnb and then do the communities like that. But when I saw this shit and I could send people anywhere, and this is I've been to Freeport before and everything, but they still got nice resorts and everything that people gonna want to stay. Look at this shit. This Island Sea Resort. People gonna want to go to the Bahamas and shit like that. So let's say even if we not even doing the Bahamas, we got the Cayman Islands right here. So let's say we went to the Cayman Islands. So in the Cayman Islands, 3 nights in the Cayman Islands, we get that shit for $1,000. You see what I'm saying? And this probably one of the biggest resorts in the Cayman Islands. That's where everybody want to be. People want to be in Monaco and shit like that too. You see that Monaco will probably stay booked. Look how clean that shit look. That's crazy. That's crazy. I bet you if you went and looked at this same thing at the regular nights, it won't be nowhere near that. That should probably be way more than that. You see what I'm saying? So you could send people to stuff like this because all you gotta do is take it and book it. I mean, and put it on there, and they gonna book it. So 3 nights there, this right here for 3 nights. One night here probably be like $700 USD or some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? That's the Cayman Islands. They got Jamaica right here. So let's just say in May, you want to go to Jamaica. So now they got $56 a night. You could go to Jamaica. All of this, all exclusive, all inclusive right here. So you could go to Jamaica right here. This is nice too. So you in Jamaica for $56 a night. For 7 nights, you paying $394 in Jamaica. You know, one hotel costs almost $200 a night. You see what I'm saying? For one night, that's for 7 nights in Jamaica for $394, and all you got to do is get there. You see what I'm saying? Imagine if you got to pay for your hotel and all of that. So we can make money off of this shit easy because we could send people to Jamaica for $56 a night. We could charge them niggas $250 a night for that shit and they gonna pay it. You see what I'm saying? And we have it all ready for them when they get there. And you making money and never even been in Jamaica before.
Hey,
They
quick
got
question.
yes, sir.
When can we start doing this?
Right away, tomorrow, right away. Like this shit ready to go now. That's what I was saying. Use you like me. I don't let no grass grow under my feet. I ain't playing around at all. You see this shit, this Turks and Caicos. Look at this. 355 a night. That shit costs way more than that. And you could put it on hold. Look how this shit look. That shit is nice. Crazy. Oh man, they got the doves on the bed and shit like that. Look at this. That shit look hard. Man, that's hard. Anybody want to do that. So all of this type of stuff like this, and then that's just that's not even the all inclusive. So I could click right here and do all inclusive. So then when I go to all inclusive, and let's say we go to Mexico and all that, let's go to Cancun over here. And then we do all inclusive for April and Cancun. Let's see what we doing. So now we all inclusive right now. So now that means everything is included. So we in Mexico for 216 a night for 7 nights. And then down here we could go over here for 129 a night for 7 nights. I could go over here for $87 a night right here for 7 nights, $609. And look at this right here. And nobody can do this because this the VIP shit. So they definitely had to pay 44 racks to be able to get this. Because we could go anywhere. And I got 300,000 points that I could use to go anywhere for free and just use the points and stay. But these are these things that you could sell off to people because you could sell your unit. Like you could rent your unit out and shit like that. So this me renting a unit and letting y'all put the damn unit on the Airbnb and make some money from it. Cause like what I'm gonna do, y'all gonna host with me. So I'm letting y'all make money, but I'm not doing no 60-40 split with y'all. We doing 50-50 split. So if you put the shit on your Airbnb and they get booked, we getting 50-50. So y'all making 50, I'm making 50%. So it's nobody that you gonna do Airbnb with or being a property where they gonna give you 50% of what they make on Airbnb. Tell me where you could go on Airbnb and find that shit at. Tell me that. Where they gonna
King.
give you 50%. You see what I'm saying? When you host people Airbnb, you get a percentage of what they make, but they not giving you 50% of what they make. I'm giving y'all 50%. So we splitting whatever I make, y'all make. And then I'm letting y'all post the properties on your Airbnb and make all of that money. It's 7 nights, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So we could go anywhere in the world. So if y'all just wanted to work locally, like you could go in there and say, okay, I just want to do the United States. We could pick any one of these states. You could go to Sacramento, you could go to Arizona, Atlantic City, New Jersey, all that shit, New York. You see what I'm saying? Anywhere people like to vacation at, we could do the Virgin Islands, wherever people like to go, we could send them there. See, this Las Vegas right here. Everybody know about Vegas. So let's say we in Vegas. Let's do like April in Vegas or some shit. Let's see what we got. So you could do at the Wyndham Grand. desert, $83 a night. So I could send people to Vegas for 7 nights for $83 a night. And this where you stand at. This ain't no little ass, like no little ass boy. Look at this. $89 a night, 85. You ain't getting the and you got the tub right there and all of that shit in the room. Like, where you gonna get this shit from for that price in Vegas? You see what I'm saying? For $83 a night, matter of fact, for 7 nights. You can't tell me that's a steal. So how much would you put this resort in Vegas on your Airbnb? You getting it for $83 a night. 7 nights, you only paying $580. How much would you put this on there per night?
Shoot, about 300. Good luck. Yeah, about
What you
300.
300? What you say, Miss G and Patricia?
Um, I say 350.
Okay,
Three,
because
three.
350 is what was sitting on my mind.
You see what I'm saying? So let's say if you did 350 a night, right? And then you doing 7 nights, that's 2,450 and you only paying 580. So you deduct your 580 from it. And it's the profit, $1,870 profit. And that's just one room though. You see what I'm saying? So that's it's a no-brainer. And then you're minus the 350, but that 350, that 50 is only gonna be one time because it's going to be every month. So now we get to split this divided by two. So you walk away with $760 in your pocket and you ain't had to do shit but post it on your thing. You don't got to call a resort. I'm handling all that shit. All you got to do is collect the money from the people and then take your cut. Make sure we get our money and then you go about your business and then you find your next room that you want to book and make your other money. So how many people think they can handle that?
Definitely.
No, it got it.
Got it.
So is y'all down with that?
Yep.
I'm with it.
It's a no-brainer, right? So we could get started with this tomorrow. So everybody homework tonight is going to be to open up an Airbnb and then watch
I
some
already set up
YouTube
mine.
videos and learn how to work Airbnb. Just try to master that shit. Go through the 5 principles with it. Because I'm gonna be watching Airbnb videos tonight. That's what I was doing too. I was on YouTube watching all Airbnb shit. I'm about to master this. I want to know everything, how to write the descriptions, how to do the pictures. I got a bunch of pictures and everything. So I got everything ready. I ain't even start my shit yet, but I'm doing it tonight. So I'm putting that shit on there. Soon you go live, you start getting bookings, people start paying you. That's your money right away. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about waiting. You already starting to get paid. You just started this. By the time the end of this month come, you already made mad racks. So now you're gonna come back to me after making your money and be like, after you make your money, you're gonna come back to me and you're gonna tell me, oh yeah, I already made my money. Now I'm ready to get into the doing the land development with the tiny houses. Now this going to help you to get your money to be able to do that. And now you could go in, become a partner, because you should be off of this. You should be able to make at least 15 to 20 to 30,000 a month. You could probably scale up more if you post more. It depends on how many people you got working with you. If you got 4 or 5 Airbnb accounts and you write the descriptions and post and you can handle that shit, then you can make as much money as you want. So it ain't no cap to it. We can rent out 100 Airbnbs in one day if we wanted. We could do 1,000. everybody on here could become a powerhouse and we all could rent them shits out together. We'll fuck around and make $1 million with all of us together, renting out all this. We'd be up all night posting that shit. We wake up the next day, all that shit booked for the whole year. We like everybody just sit down and chill. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That's the irony of it. I swear to God, that shit could go like that. They got more they got more properties and more destinations than we could ever fucking rent in a week. We can't rent all of these places out in a week. You see what I'm saying? They got more places than we. So think about the average person on Airbnb. They only got one location, two or three locations. It's subject to whatever's going on in that location. You could bounce around. You could say, fuck Vegas for this week. I'm going over here. You're not obligated. You don't have no overhead. You could bounce around. You see what I'm saying? And then I pay for this shit for life. So every year this shit just keep rolling over points and all that shit. It don't stop. You see what I'm saying? So this let this be one of your cash machines because you could keep doing this shit. Once you get your money, we start building our Airbnb communities. We gonna roll this same method that they got with how they do that shit into our things, and we just make mini hotels. We just stack them shits up 3 levels and have it going like a box. 5 on this side, 5 on this side, 5 in the front, 5 in the back. Throw a swimming pool in the middle of that motherfucker and run it like a vacation club and just keep putting them everywhere. And that'll be our niche. And then we let people put them shits on Airbnb and make money. We have our own Airbnb site to where people that want to do Airbnb can exclusively rent out our shit and make money. We'd be booked up for life. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. You got a bunch
Right.
of people that want to do Airbnb and you letting them book your properties up. They gonna all have a calendar full, and you never had to worry about booking the properties. And all the property owners is good. The only thing we doing is making profit and building more communities. You see what I'm saying? And then we taking the money and putting that shit into the trade program. So we can't never forget about that. So all of that, that's how you build wealth, because then you can start seeing all of that shit build up. The trade program, the money from this, the money from the tiny house communities, the money from the water, all of that shit. You see, that's how you get wealthy, wealthy. So so what I did for y'all, I went and found y'all some low hanging fruit so y'all can make money right away. So we not waiting to do assets and do all this type of stuff. You could jump right into it and make money. When you building wealth, you never know what's going to come on your table. You see, and I told y'all when y'all first joined, I'm gonna be out searching for shit that we can make money, and I'm gonna bring it to the table. We gonna chop it up, and we gonna start making money together. So this our first low hanging fruit that we gonna get, but this everyday money for everybody, and it's enough money for everybody because everybody is not trying to book the same shit. People ain't stepping on nobody's toes. So everybody get to make money and as much as they want because you could post as many of these shits as you want because they got it to where I could have just bought it, but they would have only gave me 1 or 2 a month. But I bought the unlimited shit. That was the VIP where you could be able to do these as many as you want because they got a cap on that shit. Like some of the properties that they had, it don't come with unlimited where you could get these nights like that with unlimited. They had a cap on that shit. They was like some of them came with one, you only get two. And when I saw that shit, I liked the property, but this what sold me the most was being able to do this because I already saw the whole program before they even showed me. Before he was even done talking, I said I want it. I put out my American Express card. I said charge it. Go ahead. He said, "You serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want it. Like y'all niggas ain't moving fast enough. Y'all must don't want to make no money." You see what I'm saying? Because I already knew what I wanted to do. I'm like, that's a no-brainer. That's 44,000, but I could make that money back quadruple fucking with this. You see what I'm saying? It's easy. And then when you pay the 44,000, you pay for this for life where you become a property owner. So really, they don't let you just like you just go pick one of the properties and they give you one specific room you own all of the shit around the world. So I could get rooms all around the world. So now you might as well say I bought a penthouse in every country and deluxe and all that because they got properties everywhere. This the Wyndham Hotel. Them motherfuckers is everywhere. So I'm a timeshare holder. And when you look at everywhere in the US, they everywhere. When you look at that's why I'm able to go on this website and be able to do it because they got properties everywhere. And I bought into that shit. I went to that shit. I saw that shit. I was like, I'm throwing that on Airbnb. I went to Dubai, spent 30,000 and trying to stay in Dubai one time. So I already know how expensive that shit was. And then when I was in Ghana, they had the Marriott hotel was charging 400 a night. So these niggas ain't playing. I had the paper though, so I got a little discount. That shit was like 250 and little stuff like that. But they was booked up a lot. And then when they booked up, you gotta get another hotel. So at least with this, that shit ain't going to ever get booked up. You could go to Vegas and stay for $83 a night. Even when you get those little things they be advertising on Facebook where they say you want to go to Vegas for 3 days, they still ain't giving it to you for that cheap a night. I ain't never seen nobody stay in Vegas that cheap for that. You know, in July, Vegas gonna be jumping. Everybody gonna want to be in Vegas for the 4th of July. So for the 4th of July, we get this same thing, a one bedroom for $97 a night for 7 nights. From the 4th of July to the 11th, somebody booked that, and that's only $679 for 7 nights. And you post that shit on there for 250, 300. That's the 4th of July. You probably could do 400. That's a prime. You see what I'm saying? Think about all the concerts and shit that be going on in Vegas where people want to go through. You go on Ticketmaster and go in Vegas and look at the concerts. You could go to different record labels and see when they touring and when they got shit going on. Everybody want to book luxury shit. And all of their hotels is up to par. So you ain't putting people in no motel and no bullshit and none of that type of stuff. So it's not, excuse my French, but you not. So they got Fort Walton Beach right here and all that. Fort Walton. They got let's say New York.
I have a
What's good?
question.
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt. But are we gonna get a list of the ones out of the country and the ones with certain states, or you just want us to pick in general?
No, you could pick. I'm gonna let everybody pick. So
Because I got
everybody
three
could
accounts already.
because we
So
could
I'm
we
just trying to make sure.
you
Okay.
said you got 3 Airbnb accounts already?
I got three people that's willing to give me their stuff on top of my own. So I can
Oh,
make
okay.
four.
Okay, so you ready to go. So we could start tomorrow and
Okay.
everything. We could get started tomorrow. So how I'm gonna do it, we all gonna get on here and then everybody gonna pick a place where they want to go. We could do some domestic shit and we could do some international. And then I'm gonna just go through all the months and the days that you want, and then you just pick out the days and then you could post that. And then I'm gonna put that shit on hold. And then you could just go in and post it on your thing. And then when they book it, you can even book out. I wouldn't care if you went months out and then you put it on there, people book it, at least you know that's money coming. So the key to this
Right.
is to try to get the whole year booked up on multiple Airbnb accounts so you can make that money because then you could count that in. So that's what I want to do. You see, so I'm building a system with this shit to where people could become a host and post these on their account, and and we gonna split half with them, and that's how we doing it. Cause I know people want to make money, and I want people to make money too. So that's why I said I don't just think about myself. We in a wealth group, so we all gonna make money together. I'm gonna make sure everybody eat. If you can't eat off of this, then something ain't you probably it's not good to make money because this is a no-brainer. The price cheap Everybody gonna make money. I'm gonna show y'all how we gonna put this shit in the family and make it work. You gonna have, because once we get on here together and everybody pick their days, you gonna have so many days that it ain't gonna run out to where you say, okay, your account is already booked up to where you cool now. You could just chill, let those days go through, people book, make your money, then you ready to go back in there again. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna set up a system to where y'all will be able to go back in there easy, even when we not on the Zoom and all that. I just gotta map it out. But by tomorrow, I just think about it and get it mapped out. We got enough staff to get it work, even if we have to call in and have the staff get on there, we pull it up, blah, blah, blah. However we gonna do it, we gonna work it out, but we gonna make it work where the system it makes sense, where it's not too much for y'all to do, it's not too much for us to do. It's just a way to make money. You don't have to do this forever. This just some low-hanging fruit money, because a lot of people want to do Airbnb and they be trying to do Airbnb and stuff like that, but it be difficult because they be facing too much too much hardship when they be trying to do it. Because for one, they trying to buy furniture, they trying to get the property, they trying to do this, they got overhead. You got to pay rent. So when you go get a property that you renting, you got to try to balance it out and say, okay, if I got a 1 bedroom apartment and I'm paying $1,800 a month or $1,200 a month, I want to put it on Airbnb. I got to make the monthly money first. And then in the apartment, not only do you got rent, you got lights and water and gas and all that other shit is not included. So you got to make all that money back first. With this shit, you don't have no overhead. The only overhead you got is just the price you pay. That's $74 a night to stay at this World Mark Tropicana. So when you look at stuff like this, and that's 7 nights for $74 a night, and everything, you don't have no overhead. So when you don't have no overhead, you make an absolute profit. So that's the beauty of this. That's what made me want to fuck with it too, because I'm like, if I was to go buy multiple properties in different places, I gotta furnish it. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. This less maintenance. I gotta pay for cleaning people and hope that they come and turn the units over and all. That shit is a fucking headache. At least with these resorts, you could put that shit on your Airbnb, let the people go there, stay. The hotel gonna come and clean the room every day, and it's included in the fee already. So it's a no-brainer. You don't have no overhead. You see what I'm saying? Only but the price you pay. So that's why I said it's gonna make money. Then you could put people in suites with a whole kitchen in it where they could come and cook, and you getting that shit for the price that people paying for a standard room. You got a whole kitchen in there. So you could compete with the resort and charge more, or with hotels in the area and all that. I got this one thing that I was looking at too that I want to turn y'all on to, that's real nice. I'm about to pull it up right now, and then I'm a it's like a but I'm gonna post the website so that way y'all could see it. So okay, so now this right here is this is a site that allow you to put an address in and to show you what the Airbnbs is going for, like how much revenue that you can make a month, and you just put the address in there. So let's just say, for instance, let me see, let me go back to where we was at and just do one for y'all. So let's just say, let me get the address to one of these joints. All right, so let's just say this right here. This the address of this. Y'all could see my screen, right? So you take the address to this, copy it, and then you put the address into the system right here, into this. And then you put it up here at the top. and then you go to search, and then when you search it, you put the amount of bedrooms, of course, one, because that's not. So now they gonna show us if it's listed on Airbnb. And then so when this little thing come up, they gonna try to get you to sign in to you could create an account or you don't have to because it's still free. Just click that shit off and then go over here. And then they showing you that you can make 17,000 a year off of this, but we know you can make way more than that. That's a bunch of fluff. So now when you go on here, they showing you the properties that's in the area, but then they gonna show you that same property too, though. You know what I mean? Where you could see the same property that you saw on there. And then they're gonna show you how much you can make every month off of that property. Like, and then they show you what the occupancy. So you want it to be at 65. So this is low occupancy for this property. So it's at 47. So when it's at 65 occupancy, that means that you're gonna have a lot of bookings on that. So we use this as a way to be able to tell what you're gonna make a month and all that type of shit. So I got a lot of little tricks that I discovered that go with this. You see what I'm saying? That I'm still learning too, that I'm gonna be sharing with y'all that we gonna see. Right now, I'm in wisdom with this shit. And now I'm trying to get to monetization with it. You see, because I just started this, but I scaled it up with my knowledge. I learned all this shit in 2 days that I'm showing y'all. You see what I'm saying? So, and I applied the 5 principles to it. So now I'm teaching it to y'all, and we about to put a system behind it and make a bunch of money with it. So I'm sending y'all this website. I want y'all to take this website and lock it in, because this is what we're gonna be using to just tell what the properties are going for and all that type of stuff in the area and all that. So, and then that property that we was looking at was called Tropicana something. So, and I know it's one of these motherfuckers that we was looking at because that's why they showed us. And then they showing you the properties in the area too, though. That's around where you at and how much they going for on Airbnb a month and all that. So these joints is netting 1,000 revenue, but you can make more than that because they showing these how much people can make, but this is for the property. You getting it way cheap, or the people ain't getting it cheaper than you. The people that own the property could put it on there and make that amount. So this was the Tropicana. This the shit that we were just looking at right here, right now. So now they saying that this property can make you 1,000 $1,122 a month, but you can make more than that. They were saying that the average going rate is 217 a night. You see, so this will give you an idea of what you want to charge every night. And they said 17% occupancy, so that's real low. You see what I'm saying? But you can still take a crack at it. Shit, you never know. Somebody might book that motherfucker and want to bite. So that's what they showing you. So I had posted the link to it in the chat. So I'm sending this to everybody. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So tell me if y'all got it. Everybody should have it right now. So lock it in. Because then get familiar with that because y'all gonna be using that. So what we gonna do is tomorrow we gonna get started. I guess we could do a Zoom like around 2 o'clock tomorrow or 1 o'clock, somewhere around that. If y'all busy, it's okay. I'm gonna record it. And then I want y'all to get started. The main thing I want y'all to do is to create your Airbnb, and then I want y'all to see how you gonna write description, how to put it together, learn the ins and outs, and be ready to post that shit. Cause once we go in there, I'm gonna let y'all pick, and everybody take turns, and they all pick their properties up. You could do 3 months. And then you just pick for 3 months or pick 4 months, whatever we agree on. And then you just pick your shit, and then you pick your state, what you want to do, your country, whatever, and then you we copy the description, and then you run it into Chat GPT and get him to massage it, get him to talk about it. We take all the pictures, you could copy that shit from the site, and then you put it on your Airbnb, get Chat GPT to write every section of it out. You had that shit looking professional. I bet you any amount of money you start getting bites on your Airbnb post, and then you start making money right away. You could start making money tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? Because you might get bites. Imagine you put that shit on there. An hour later, you already got people booking. You never know. You see what I'm saying? And now you making your money already. You ready to go. So that's how fast that shit work. I already saw it work that fast. Not with this, but with people having Airbnbs and they just put it on it. And they ain't even know shit about Airbnb. So that's how that worked. Just an Airbnb calculator. You see what I'm saying? So you go there, you click that shit and say estimated Airbnb rental revenue for any address in the United States. So you can't beat that. I'm giving y'all all the tools. I'm giving y'all the cheap discount on the rooms where y'all can make money. I'm giving y'all all the tools so y'all gonna have all the sauce. And y'all just learn how to make a bond where y'all combine your own assets and everything. You see what I'm saying? So y'all doing good in the wealth group. Y'all already know how to create bonds and all that. So imagine once you start building up your revenue and you get fully liquid and you start buying gold out of Ghana, you putting that shit into depository, you get SKR, and then you start bonding this and start getting into the program. Y'all the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? You start. So I'm excited. So now you start seeing, and I got some more shit for y'all too that I want to bring y'all into because I could do trade lines with UCC, and I want to teach y'all how to do that too, because that's a lot of money. I could put $1 million UCC on your company right now with a promissory note and everything, and it's going to post. And then when it posts, you build your Paydex score up, you could get whatever the fuck you want. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do trade lines. And then y'all gonna make money off of the trade lines too. That's a whole nother cash machine. You could charge people 5,000, 6,000. So if somebody give you a $2 million trade line on your company and they backdate that shit for 3 or 4 years, you won't give them 7 racks. You see what I'm saying? That's 2 million showing that you so you could get whatever in your business. You could go walk out with a Bentley off the lot because you already showed that you could pay back that much money and all. So those type of things is what we got. We got shelf corps that's old that you could put that shit on. You could go get a loan for 200,000 with those trade lines, putting them on that company, and then go buy one of them instruments for 100,000 for 1 million and put that into a trade, scale it up to 16 million, and then build another company up and go get more money from the bank and keep rinsing and repeating that shit. And then buying gold, putting that shit in the depository, building tiny house communities, putting these properties on Airbnb, all of that shit. Once you got all that shit running, you should, man, listen, we got we got the water machine, that's one cash machine. You got the Airbnb is your low-hanging fruit. That's everyday money and everything. You got the bonds that you could buy your assets. That's a whole nother cash machine. You got the trading program. That's a whole nother cash machine. You got the tiny houses that you could build. That's 5 different revenue streams that we looking at right now that y'all gonna be perfecting it. And then once you get to 6 and 7 revenue streams and they start running, you already an instant. You already you see what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of building it up. So what you need to do is you got to get them to borrow against that CD. So that way, if they borrow against that CD, then they'll be able to double up because then they could say, oh, I'm gonna keep the money in a CD account, but I want to borrow against it, but I want $1 million instrument. And they give you a SBLC against it, and then you could just bring that over to us, and we could put into trade for you, and you'll be on your way getting your money right now. So you could talk to them and tell them that they want to borrow against the CD, and the bank gonna be happy because they don't want the liquid money to take out. They just want an instrument.
Right.
So
Any
that's your play for that.
any bank you recommend to go to for that? Because I know you said to use tier one banks when you get in SBLCs and
Yeah,
stuff.
you could go to JP Morgan Chase, you could go to Wells Fargo, you could go to Bank of America. But I would go to JP Morgan Chase or Wells Fargo first.
Okay. All right.
Because all the other top banks is overseas, so you need to have an account with them sometime. But these little banks in America, they domestic, so you could walk right into them. You see what I'm saying? And go inside and talk to a teller and get what you need to get done. But the other banks that's top 25, you got to literally go over there, or you got to get somebody that do that type of stuff
Okay.
and everything. So that's where we at with that. So we gonna dabble into this Airbnb game. This one of our cash machines we about to start using. I'm gonna set this shit up ASAP because I'm on it too. Just like y'all on it, we on it together because we are a wealth group. So I'm gonna put it all together and have it ready for y'all to go in tomorrow. Cause I'm on this shit ASAP Rocky. But I want y'all to learn about the Airbnb shit. So don't try to just hurry up and jump into this shit right away and don't know how to work the account because they gonna like have you a host, a super host. And if you fuck up that shit, they got your ID. So now you're gonna have to get somebody else with an ID to create another Airbnb account. You can't create another one under your name because your driver license is already linked to that. You understand? So that's why you gotta have multiple IDs because they go by your ID and all of that. So you get a couple family members to make the Airbnb account, but don't fuck up none of the accounts by trying to rush and do all of this and the people start complaining. Take your time. Make sure the description is wrote out nice. Make sure everything good. Make sure you understand. And we get a system together between us. Because when the people book, I gotta get them a certificate that they take to the hotel, and then they get the key, all of that type of shit, and then they good to go. You see what I'm saying? And then they just stay in there regularly. They check out, get the fuck out of there. We made our money, and then we on to the next. By the time you do that shit again, they're gonna leave you 5 stars. Oh, this person was good, the property was nice, it was clean, and you got all clean property. So can't nobody say it was roaches, none of that shit. Ain't nobody complaining. You see what I'm saying? You got resorts. We dealing with resorts. We dealing with people that want to go on vacation and they ready to spend money. So they gonna start booking for a nice long period of time. So don't worry about how we gonna do the shit with the site because I'm gonna work it out to where we all gonna go on there and pick out what we want, and then we gonna go on there and post it, and then y'all gonna see, and everybody gonna see they booking and see, oh, he got a booking, blah blah blah. Hopefully, everybody on here get a book and they make some money. So when we come back to class, everybody start showing they work. Oh, I just made this amount, blah blah blah, and then you just keep running it and keep making your money and stacking up. So we could take some of the money and put it into the tiny house community so y'all could get started. And then we just go in, and that's when it starts from there. And then you could take some of this money, and once you get paid, then you could buy the same shit that I just bought and then have your own. But you could work with me just to scale your money up and everything so you can make some money. So y'all not worried about no day. This just day-to-day money. This the type of money that could make you 2 or 300,000 a year and all that, but it ain't some shit that I want y'all to just like go crazy and be trying to stress yourself out over. This just everyday money. So you don't have to work. You won't have to work a 9 to 5. You could leave that shit alone and just let this work for you. You put up 16 Airbnb posts in 1 month, you done made fucking 50 to 100, 200 racks. You could sit down. You see what I'm saying? And then you just keep making your money, but you won't have to work no 9 to 5. And then you could free up time to study, learn more shit, and do the things you got to do. So this just a scale up method. That's it. You understand that? So anybody have any questions?
I do. Real quick, because I have people that's lined up ready to go. So I typed up my quick claim deed as well. So I got the family ready to go, like I said, with the promissory note with the 100,000. So once I do that, I get them to sign it. All right. Now make a court date, or how I do that? Because
No,
I
you
got.
go file it in the court, and the quit claim deed. Once you put it in real estate in the court, you had a book and page number and everything. And once you get the court filing, you gonna call the title company. It's called Pro Title, and then you gonna call them up, and they gonna title the property into the name that you put on the quit claim deed. And once you get the title, then you could buy the property because now you own it and you can negotiate and do whatever you want.
All right. All right.
All right. And that's what you're gonna do, Ish, with your situation. Hannibal, you're gonna do that with yours. Miss G, we waiting for your bond next week. And then we got Patricia already went over her bond, and that was good. Mike, we gonna see him once he come back next week. And then Miss Leonard, she in with us. She just wanted to she paid too, but she catching up. So she wanted to actually see what we do, all that type of stuff. So she joined with us and everything. So this her first go around. So she got a lot of catching up to do. She paying for the pads what you call it. So she watching that, the past Zoom videos and all that. So I just told her to pay for this class and then sit in. So that way she won't miss nothing. But she came in at the right time because she caught the whole Airbnb shit. Cause we going crazy with this. I ain't even playing around. I'm about to show y'all how to make some everyday money wise. Tomorrow we starting off. So I want everybody to be ready around 1 or 2 o'clock. I'm gonna post in the wealth group. I'm gonna create the school group tomorrow early. So I'm gonna have it. I want everybody to join the school group because that's where we're going to be operating from. We might not be operating from this Telegram because it's kind of slow. The school group, you could chat, you could do all that shit. Is more open. This field closed in. I came and talk to y'all like how I want. It's like slow. So I'm gonna just move to school. It's more easier to do the school group and do that, and then we're gonna take it from there. So tomorrow we gonna go over each other Airbnb and make sure the description right. Everybody got their account, and then we gonna go and pick out properties to list. And then after that, we gonna be good to go. And then when we come back on Sunday, everybody going we gonna go over the bonds with Miss G gotta bring her bond, and I'm gonna go back over everybody bond again because I want y'all to put real information in this time, and we're gonna talk about what we need to do to get the bonds active for real, like to be able to take it to the bank and do all that type of stuff too. But we're gonna try to make some money with y'all so y'all can make some money starting tomorrow, and then come like these next days after tomorrow, it should be able to start making money. So that way y'all will have a way to make everyday money. And then y'all could start paying for y'all stuff. And then y'all will make the money back that y'all paid into the class already off of that and all that. So all this shit already gonna be paying off. So y'all don't have to worry about it. But tomorrow we definitely getting started. So everybody tonight make an Airbnb account because I'm gonna be working on my shit tonight. Believe me, when I get off with y'all, I'm on Instagram. I mean, I'm on YouTube. I'm watching Airbnb videos, all that type of shit. I'm going crazy with Airbnb. And that's only because we got this. And I want to know, I like to be knowledgeable about how it worked, what people went through, what not to do, don't do this, blah, 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 this and that. And then when I feel like I got enough information where I'm comfortable and I could just get on there and create the account, then I get on there and create it. But I go through YouTube videos. When I'm studying, should I even take 2 or 3 days and just I come home at night, get in the bed to put YouTube on and be watching what they talk about. And then if I see that they talk about enough good information, I have my phone right there and take notes, take pictures of the TV, and then I wake up in the morning and start implementing that shit. So I take some days on YouTube to really learn. So I'm already 3 days on Airbnb learning on YouTube. So I know a lot of shit now about Airbnb that I didn't even know. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I ain't post shit. I ain't write no descriptions. I ain't do nothing. Right now I'm a baby. I'm a junior whopper with no cheese. No, but we about to get it going though. So I appreciate y'all definitely. And we growing. Every time we have a Zoom meeting, we gonna be closer than where we were. Now y'all got cash machine, y'all got bonds, you know how to bind assets. And then what I'm gonna do is I still gotta teach y'all how to go and fish for assets and everything on the platform where you could get everybody that's looking for instruments, everything. They got groups and all that. I'm taking y'all through it slow. It's a big platform. You already know about it, but it's real big. You gotta know how to navigate through it. I'm gonna show y'all how to get in all the groups where people be posting and saying they need this instrument or they got this asset and this and that, blah blah blah. And then you could have them call you on WhatsApp, and then you could do that. So I'm gonna show you how to find clients and stuff. I gotta get you knowledgeable first, because you can't get to the client and you can't do shit with them. Y'all gonna sit there looking at each other like you on a date with nothing to say. You see what I'm saying? So I gotta build y'all up before y'all could deal with the clients, but we do got a market where y'all could go and fish. So that's why I want y'all to know how to create the bonds, because when you create the bonds and you take it to the bank, you could trade the bonds out for an instrument with the bank and then go on the platform and get the people to buy into the instrument and make your money and stuff like that. So I got y'all. We just moving one step at a time. So now y'all about to start making some money. So let's get this Airbnb thing going. So I want everybody to make an Airbnb account. Don't forget, because if you want to make some money, you're going to make an Airbnb account. So that's the homework. So tomorrow, we just going to have an emergency class and it ain't no fee. This is free because I want to get y'all started. So tomorrow around 1 or 2, I'm posting the link in the what you call it before then. And whoever not at work, y'all, I know some people work all that. I'm gonna record it, present company accepted, so don't feel bad. We just starting so we could get it over with. We start 8 o'clock tomorrow. We gotta wait till the next day. So we gonna start early so that way we could get in. You see what I'm saying? And all of that type of stuff. So y'all just be ready. And I'm gonna be ready too, so we could get this thing going. So tomorrow is gonna start the investment journey to start making some cash. So whoever wanted to do Airbnb, this is your chance right now. Because then once you get your account open and you get knowledgeable about it, you gonna start getting more Airbnb. You probably go buy you a couple houses, put it under your Airbnb account and keep going and still have this to go. All of that, because we not letting this shit go. As long as y'all want to ride the wave on this shit, I'm riding too. We ain't gonna stop. So when you post your first listing from here, you make your money, you post your next one, we not gonna stop. It ain't no, oh, we can't do it this week, that week. I'm going. As long as y'all want to go, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go until y'all get tired, because we ain't gonna stop. So as long as y'all like making money off of that shit and you see it working out for you, just keep making your money. Put your family on that shit. Bring them into the wealth group. Let them pay their $50 a month, and then let them get in and they make their Airbnb account. make them some money, show them how to scale up, take the money from the Airbnb and buy into the tiny house community shit that we going to do. Take the money from that, buy some instruments, all that. Put your family into that shit too. Show them how to scale up. You see what I'm saying? So tomorrow I'm gonna have the community created because we're gonna start off with that. So y'all get some rest, sleep on this Airbnb shit, and just know that we got another cash machine ready to go. All right,
Get to it.
let's get to it and
Right.
For
everything.
sure.
So yeah, y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. Peace, love, and light. Tomorrow, 1 or 2 o'clock, we outside. I'm gonna post the time and all that into the chat. But tomorrow I'm gonna be ready to go.
All right, God
Peace.
bless you, brother.
All
Appreciate
right.
you, King.
And I just recorded this. So we got this other recording right here, right now, under our belt. So we could go back to this too. So I gotta give this to Mike. So I'm a and whoever else missed it. Because we was missing a few people, but they going to resurface. Because we had 12 people, we down to 7. They gonna miss out. Well, I'm gonna be on Instagram letting them know that they already missed the whole project. This is a project that we doing and everything. So we gonna have way more projects. I got some ill shit coming up though. To be honest, that's why I want to get all this little shit out the way. I want y'all to be making money with this Airbnb stuff, and then I want y'all to have y'all bonds and shit done, working with the bank to do that, and then we jump on the real estate project, and then we do this other project that I'm talking about, and then we could probably sit down for a little while and just, you see what I'm saying? Because we about to make a lot of money. This other shit that I'm talking about is retarded. We just got a guy that I spoke to the other day. He was on a video. He was turning plastic into fuel. He ran it through some systems and all this type of shit, man. That shit was crazy as hell. So I got something for him too. And I got people that want to buy fuel from him. So I want us to put that shit together too and everything. So we gonna jump on that. I bought a machine from him. I saw that shit the way he put it together. He put the trash in there. He literally show you on the video. He's shoving the trash in the machine. He pressed the button. That shit started spinning around. So it went through all these tubes and all that shit. Then some black liquid came out. He put that shit into some other machine, and then that shit turned into gas. I'm like, what? I told them, I said, we got to get them the fuck out of here. They gonna come. That nigga turning trash into fuel right in front of you. I'm gonna show y'all the video of that shit tomorrow. Y'all gonna be tripping. So we got that too. So that's fuel we could start pushing. We could fuel the planes and all these different things. We could build a whole system around the fuel. We could bond the fuel.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said we got a lot of shit. We are a wealth group. So it ain't one thing we work on. When people think wealth, they think that we get in the group and we just talk about real estate or one thing. I want everybody to have 12, 13 cash machines. You got 12 or 13 things paying you every month and you sitting down. You see what I'm saying? That's the wealth group. This ain't no just we talking about real estate. We talking about everything. We making money off for everything. If they got manholes, sewer holes that they were selling and we can make money off of the metal from that shit, we have every goddamn sewer hole in the city of Georgia and Atlanta, everywhere else. So we make money. So it ain't just one set thing. When you're in the wealth group, you're not just building wealth off of real estate. You a banker, you a realtor, you all these motherfuckers in one. You see what I'm saying? So y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. And I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Let's go.
Let's go.
Airbnb.
Appreciate you so much.
You got it.